So, excuse the mess in the corner over there. Just ignore it. Anyways, I'm going to talk about something that I normally don't talk about a lot, and that is living with a chronic illness, sarcoidosis. Like, I got up this morning and I kind of knew what was going to happen, but I just saw how much more inflammation was in my eyes. So, I ate some things that I should not have been eating, chicken, and I just noticed like this past, I want to say 3 weeks, I've been getting more inflammation. So first and foremost, for those of you who do not know what sarcoidosis is an autoimmune condition. It can be life-threatening actually, but mostly it's manageable. However, it's one of those things that I got after the result of my divorce, and like just going through an extreme amount of stress. And it has its ups and downs. I feel like at this point I have it mostly managed. Last year, I want to say from last summer, this time, up until March of this year, I actually incorporated fasting. So I started fasting 23 hours a day, because at first I was doing the alternate day fasting thing, and honestly, that's not sustainable. Like, it's not sustainable as a lifestyle. It's not sustainable. I feel like for weight loss, it's unrealistic. So I kind of jumped off of that bandwagon. But for my autoimmune health, I started fasting 23 hours a day, because what I realized is that in order for your gut to heal, because the bulk of your autoimmune system is in your gut, you actually need to not eat, because your gut cannot focus on repairing itself when it's busy digesting food, right? So I was like, okay, well, I know doing these long, like 2-week fasts and stuff, that's not going to work for me, and that's not going to be realistic, but I was like, I can do 23 hours a day. So I did that for like 6 months, and I want to tell you, like, inflammation was going down in my face. The bulk of my autoimmune symptoms had drastically gotten better or were completely eliminated. So that was also good. And I didn't just do fasting. I was also incorporating like a grain-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, mostly vegan diet. And I noticed I could eat chicken again without being triggered. So, but anyways, I went overboard, I realized, eating chicken. And so I did start getting the inflammation back again. But anyways, it's been a journey. It really has been a journey. Just managing myself, because the energy, I look completely different. Like, if I show you pictures of my face, I want to say, especially prior to my mom passing away, like, I look completely different. And that has been like one of the biggest, I want to say, like, mind fucks for me, is just the fact that I look different. And people are like, oh, you still look pretty, whatever. Okay, thank you. But I look different, and I don't like it. And I don't like my eye being this swollen. Like, what is this? And I feel like no matter what I do, it just won't go down. It just won't go down. Like, before, it used to, like, if I just would, like, really tighten up my diet, like strict gluten-free, dairy-free, grain-free, it would just like go down significantly. Now, it doesn't matter, it won't budge. And I have no idea. The only time it went down was, I want to say 2 summers ago, when I was in Istanbul, and I went to the eye doctor, and they gave me this cortisone. Was it cortisone? It was steroids, some steroid drops, and it went down a little bit. And she was like, well, if it doesn't go down completely, we're just going to put a steroid shot in the gland, because this is my lacrimal gland right here that's swollen. And I was like, I really didn't want to get into steroid treatments, because I'm in this Facebook group for people with sarcoidosis, and y'all, like, I try to avoid going in the group, because most of the people that are in there, they're on like steroids, and they're on Persidone and all kinds of mess. And all of them have like horrible, I mean, like their health is horrible. And I actually had a doctor, this was in Florida, matter of fact. I had a doctor when I first kind of like, they were trying to figure out what was going on with me. And he was like, I'm like pretty sure you have sarcoidosis. He was like, he's like, don't get on the steroids. He was like, don't. He's like, you're a young woman, you're a mother. He was like, that stuff is horrible. It will make your health go down worse than the actual condition. And I had another doctor, my doctor in Turkey, told me the exact same thing. He was like, honestly, he's like, the people who don't take the medication do better than the people who do. He's like, don't. He's like, I'm not even going to prescribe you anything other than an inhaler that I have to take. And I don't even have to take it every day. Like, well, he recommended taking it every day, but I'm not taking that crap every day. Like, I take it when I feel like I need it, and that's it. I mostly manage through lifestyle, diet, exercise, etc. But I am, for aesthetic purposes, considering when I do finally get back to Turkey, I am going to get a steroid shot in the gland just so my eye can go down some and I can just feel like I look like myself again, because I don't know, it just bothers me. But, you know, I'm just looking this more, I have so much inflammation, and some days it's like really difficult for me to just kind of look myself in the mirror and just say, okay, you know, Candace, you still look cute. You know, it's okay. And then on top of that, like just going through the whole aging process, because y'all, people don't talk about that. Like, I'm 47 years old, and a lot of women don't talk about the drastic change in your appearance between the ages of 45 and 50. I know, although I am, you know, a woman of African descent, and so we do age the best, you know, out of everybody because of our dark skin. I get that. But still, like, I noticed certain changes in my skin and my face. And I think all of my friends were like all the same age. We're all like at the same time. It's like, what the hell is happening to our face? And then we're like, oh, we're getting old. We're like, oh my God, we're getting old. So anyways, like on top of just dealing with where I am in life, having to deal with like chronic inflammation and stuff, it's just like horrible. And it's like, I try my best to eat healthy. Like, I eat quinoa, sweet potatoes, because like I'm on my fitness journey too. We'll have to talk about that another time, but I'm on my fitness journey and I'm training for a fitness competition. And that, like I said, I'll have to share with you like my whole motivation between doing a fitness journey because at the beginning of this year, I ruptured my hamstring some kind of weird way. It was horrible. I couldn't walk for 2.5 months, y'all. And that experience of being bedridden for 2.5 months did something to the core of me. It shook me. And so I did something drastic. And so basically I signed up for a fitness competition. I signed up for a fitness competition. And yeah, so, you know, I try to do all the things. Like, so I'm living a healthy lifestyle. I'm eating healthy, all of these things. And still chronic inflammation, fasting. And the inflammation did go down a lot from the fasting, but not completely. So I feel like my body is asking me to fast again, which I will probably start doing 24-hour fasts on Sundays. I can't, with my fitness goals, I just cannot afford to fast for longer periods of time than that. I just can't. So on Sundays will have to be like my reset day where I just literally maybe stop eating Saturday evening, maybe like 9 o'clock, and then I don't eat again until Monday morning. That's the way it's going to have to be for me so that my autoimmune system can have at least a regular time to really repair itself. Anyways, I'm going to La Feria today. Today is the first day of La Feria in España. No, not España, like in Andalusia, in Malaga in particular, because each town in Andalusia, which is the southern region of Spain, has what's called La Feria, which is this huge street festival where everybody gets dressed up elaborately in beautiful dresses, the flamenco dresses, and the men look so handsome in their suits, and you know, people are riding with their horse-drawn carriages and dancing and paella. It's really fun. So I'm going to be participating. I'm going to be going to a festivity for that today. Malaga, I feel like so they have their traditional feria at what they call like La Real. And then they have like a street festival in the city center. So we're gonna go to the street festival in the city center. It's a little bit less, I want to say, it's a little bit less formal or traditional rather than the one in the La Real. I want to go to that one, but this is a week-long festival, so I'll probably go to that one later. But anybody who knows me knows I only need the slightest reason to get dressed up in a pretty dress and look fabulous. So I have my dress all prepared. I'm excited to wear it. I did lose enough weight to wear it. So I actually bought this dress, two dresses that I bought actually, and from Shein, which I ain't buying from them no more. We'll have to talk about that because I've decided not to shop Shein anymore. But I bought these dresses last year and I couldn't fit it. And I was like, crap. I was like, I am going to be able to fit that dress by La Feria next year. So y'all, I can fit the dress. So you all will see the dress. Anyways, talk to y'all later. Bye. There is a part of me that is trying to decide if I want to have oatmeal or gluten-free bread. On the days that I train, and yes, I am about to work out today, I can have 80 grams of oatmeal or 80 grams of gluten-free bread. So, of course, since I had mentioned like I'm training for a fitness competition, I have to weigh everything. So I ended up getting a food scale. And actually, like, a food scale changed my life because I didn't realize how much food I was eating. And I think like when I lost like my first 100 pounds, because I lost 100 pounds naturally through keto and low carb, and I was basically eating whatever I wanted, but then I also was in my 30s. Now that I'm on the other side of 45, it has become more difficult with keto. Like, maintaining keto is becoming more difficult. And that's one reason, one of the epiphanies that I came to when I was bedridden, because while I was bedridden earlier this year, I was like just eating chicken salads because I was like, I'm just gonna eat no carbs because I can't walk and I don't want to get too fat while, you know, my leg is healing. But y'all, I can't say like I gained a ton of weight, but I didn't lose any weight whatsoever. I did gain some. And so then when I got with my trainer, he started putting me on a bunch of carbs, and I was freaking out. But he was like, listen, just trust the process. I looked at the bodies that he was building. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, whatever this man says, I'm just gonna eat. And I can say for this body recomp, like, my body has changed. Like, I will see if I'll drop a picture maybe somewhere in this video to show you what I looked like at the beginning of the journey. And it's bad, y'all. Like, cellulite galore on my legs and everything, to where I am now in the body recomposition. I can definitely see and notice a difference, and I'm also stronger. And I've been eating a ton of carbs. So anyways, I think for time's sake, I'm probably gonna go with the oatmeal, because one thing that I have started doing is I started baking my own fresh bread, because I'm so tired of all these gluten-free breads that end up having like cornstarch in it. I can't eat corn, any corn whatsoever. Raw corn, cornmeal, cornbread, cornflake, nothing. If it has corn in it, it triggers my autoimmune system and it's a mess. And it's part of the problem why I'm having to flare up now is because I was eating bread in it and I didn't realize it had cornstarch in it. So I started making my own bread, long story short. And that's gonna take too much time today. I don't feel like waiting for the bread to get done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eat the rest of this oatmeal. And I have 80 grams of it that I can eat. So I just have my bowl here and set it on my scale, set it to 0, and then measure out the 80 grams. And I am actually happy that I can eat more carbohydrates, to be honest with you, because carbs just keep you happy. And I think I just think it's more realistic. Like, it's way more realistic to incorporate eating carbs and training your body hard enough so you can eat carbs without gaining a ton of weight. because that's the thing. If you're going to eat carbs like this, you got to move. You have to work out. And as a woman over 45, I'm gonna say a woman over 45, because I feel like that 40 to 45, your body is not going through the same amount of changes as it does once you get over 45. But as a woman over 45, like, you just gotta be on it. If you want to stay strong, you gotta be on it. And I'm one of those women, like, I just refuse to let myself go. I just refuse to let myself go as a woman. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be strong. And I realized I had been letting myself go. And, you know, some of that was grieving my mom. Some of that was just like, you know, laziness. But your girl is here. Your girl is back into it. And I'm snatching my life together for this season of my life. So anyways, I'm about to get my oatmeal, and I'll see y'all in a few. Hey y'all, so now on to the part of the day that I really wish I didn't have to do, but I do. And that is going to the gym to get my workout in. My trainer has me doing like a very specific workout routine, and he changes it up every 2 weeks. Either he'll change like my workouts or he'll change my diet. This week he changed up my workout. So let me get this. Hola. ¿Cómo pasa? So anyways, yeah, I gotta do my workout. Like, why is life like this? Seriously, like, have you all ever thought about this? It's like, you can eat like the worst crap in the world and you'll get like fat overnight, it seems like. But to get in shape, like, you'll eat the like driest broccoli, chicken with no seasoning, and it takes you like 2 months to even see any results. Like, why is it like this? In a perfect world, we should be able to eat whatever delicious foods we want to and get fit. Like, if I could have one magic wish, that, or like 3 wishes, that would be one of them, to be able to eat whatever I want. But anyways, let me get this workout in. I'll see you guys in the gym. Bye. Okay, so I had to wait to get out of the locker room to film. But yeah, it's gonna be a short workout. Saturdays is just like a day where I do shorter compliments. He has me focusing on a lot my legs to slim them down, because y'all, I got some thunder thighs. Some thunder thighs for real. And so we're working on that, because I'm gonna be competing in the fit model division. And that's a new division from NPC. And the look is a little bit leaner, I want to say, than like bikini. And so I got a long way to go. I don't know why I thought I would only be able, I would be able to take like 8 months and get in shape. He was like, he shut that down. He was like, nope, we got a long way. So we're gonna spend the rest of this year recomping, losing weight, building muscle. Then we'll start prep for a fit model competition. Anyways, I'm in the gym and I'm gonna get started. So bye. Okay, y'all, so I got this workout in and I'm getting ready to go home and have my post-workout snack. I'm gonna rest a little bit before taking a shower and getting ready for The first day of La Feria festivities. Well, actually, technically last night was the festivities. It's really cool here in Malaga. Everybody goes to the beach. They do fireworks, and everybody just has like bonfires and food at the beach at night. I'm talking about late, like midnight, swimming in the water and just having fun with their friends and family. I didn't really do that because I don't really have no friends like that here, all like that. But anyways, it's still all good. I do have my community of ladies, and we are getting together, like I said, for the festivities for this afternoon in the city center. And it's going to be a great excuse to wear my dress and look pretty like I love to do. So I'll see y'all later. Bye. Okay, so I am about to get ready for La Feria. And I just decided to kind of just talk about a few things while I'm getting ready because I don't know what made me think of random thoughts, but I think I'm just now getting to the place in my life, let me look in the right place, where I can romanticize my life again. There are just a lot of parts of me that have been locked away since I've been grieving my mom. And I know for a lot of people have seen me, you know, like out and about and still doing things and still creating content even after my mom passed away. But, you know, I think people don't understand that I was functionally depressed. And I think people need to talk more about functional depression, because whenever people think of somebody that's super depressed, you think of somebody who's like in bed all day, they can't get out of bed, they can't do anything, and especially if they've lost somebody that they love, this you need in your life, just FYI. I use it on my face too, but you know, I was functionally depressed, and I finally just kind of came to that conclusion because a lot of people are like, oh, Candace, you're taking your mom's passing away just so well. And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I can't fall apart. I can't fall apart. I've never had too many moments where I could spend weeks and weeks and weeks in bed, depressed, not doing anything. I never had that moment. And so I feel like now that I'm coming to a certain level of acceptance, that's what I will say, a certain level of deep acceptance that my mother is gone, even though it's still hard and I still really miss her and I still feel the urge to call her. I want to start romanticizing my life again and finding joy. Like I said, I had like a really difficult time at the beginning of the year because I got sick again. Like I want to say end of December, I got sick, and I think it probably was COVID or something again. I was like really sick. I thought maybe I was going to have to go to the hospital or something. And I was really nervous about that because again, I no longer have my mother. So who's going to take care of my daughter who's disabled if something happens to me or I have to be hospitalized? So I was like willing and sending up prayers like, Lord, just please let me be okay. Because my daughter needs me. So going through that and then hurting my leg, rupturing my tendon to the point where I could not walk for 2.5 months. I mean, I was in pain, y'all. I was in pain. I could not hardly even get to the bathroom. And it just made me rethink life, rethink family, just rethink, you know, all of those things. I kind of went back over my birth chart again, and I just realized that my blood family was just, it really hit home. My blood family just was not put here to love me. They weren't. That's not their purpose as human beings in this experience with me in this lifetime. And I just decided I wasn't going to really deal with them anymore, except for maybe like a very select few. I barely want to deal with my brother, and I feel like the only reason why I still deal with my brother at this point is just because of my mom or something. Like, I don't know. He's my brother. I don't really deal with him regularly, but once in a while we'll talk or whatever, you know? Anyways, I just realized that, like I said, the family that I was born into was not put here to love me the way that I need to be loved, and that I'm going to have to rethink everything in terms of family and relationships and friendships in regards to how I do life and how I'm going to be living this life abroad, you know? That makes me really have to rely on friends in a new way. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes it scares me because I don't know if I can really depend on my friends. Like, really, really depend on my friends. Like, I've never had a situation outside of my mother's funeral where I had to really kind of reach out to a friend, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, my family, my blood relatives, my mother's brothers and sisters did not offer one penny, one single solitary penny to help me pay for my mother's funeral. And the one who did, she wanted her money back. And I was like, okay, I think my family thinks like I'm Bill Gates or something. They must think I'm balling like that, to not even offer one freaking penny to help pay for the burial of a person that they claim that they loved. I never, like, for me, it was just so weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm judging it wrong. Maybe they thought maybe my mom had some kind of burial insurance, and, you know, that's why they never thought to do it. But it was just kind of weird for me. But anyways, nonetheless, all of that stuff that happened at the beginning of the year made me think about that. It made me miss my mom a lot. And it made me realize that what my family got from my mother, I would never get from them. My mother, and I'm not just saying this because it's my mom really truly was a good person. She was the kind of person that she was not going to leave you hanging as a family member. If you couldn't pay her back, she wasn't going to not talk to you no more or treat you differently, because for her, the familial connection was deeper and bigger than that. She was supportive. She genuinely cared about all of us. She would call people, but my family is a type that silent treatments, talking about you behind your back like a dog. If you share any of your accomplishments, oh, you think you too good, or she thinks she too good, why she bragging? It's like a bunch of nonsense that I ain't even got time for, and negativity. And I just accepted all in that moment. Like, you know what? You're never going to get from them what they got from your mother. So why are you feeling the need to keep hanging on to them? And maybe this is the rebirth, you know, because Pluto is in my 4th house. So those of you who are into astrology, you know, Pluto is in my 4th house. And it was that moment that I was like, this is the rebirth. This is it. This is the journey. With my mom's passing, this was my rebirth into understanding that family is going to have to mean something different for me. And, you know, it's been really, like I said, it's been really interesting this past few months this year, accepting that, trying to create these connections, you know, even with my thoughts towards dating. Like, I stopped dating for a while because I just got, honestly, it's just so tired of the games. Just so tired of games. For men that are like in their 40s and 50s, it's like, what the hell are you waiting for or looking for? Because I'm sorry, maybe I'm not perfect. I'm not saying like I'm a perfect 10 or whatever. I don't think I have to be any of those things to be loved. But I'm a good person. And I feel like if you are a man and you drop the ball on me, you dropped a real one. So, you know, I'm just like, after my last relationship didn't work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, I just was just like, you know, maybe it's just not for me. You know, maybe I just have to accept it's just not for me. And that's going to have to be okay. And this year just really got me, like I said, thinking about family and what that's going to look like to me and what it's going to feel like, because obviously it's not going to be traditional. It's not going to be traditional. But anyways, you know, where I am in life, is a good place, because I finally feel like I'm ready to start enjoying life again. And like, I'm ready to start falling into who I am, beautifying my environment again, buying flowers again. You know, that's one reason why I'm going to La Feria, because I was like, you know what, this is my opportunity to really get dressed up and look pretty the way I like to do. I'm really wanting to draw more women to me who like to do the same things as me and would love to get dressed up and go to dinners and go to nice places and have, you know, these amazing conversations and just have something really genuine. And then too, yeah, no, I haven't completely closed the door on dating. It's just that I'm definitely not going to get on those apps. Like, I deleted all the apps. I'm so tired of them damn apps. I will not get on one. I just won't. Yeah, they trigger me. They trigger my anxiety real bad. So I just not going to do that. I feel like the world and the universe is a big place. There are like a million and one different ways to meet somebody. And I feel like if it is for me, it will find me, and hopefully it will find me before I get too old. You know what I'm saying? So that I can spend some time with my beloved, having time on this planet to really love each other. Anyways, I'm about to go ahead and get dressed, and I will see y'all when I'm looking better than this. Bye. Okay, so y'all just forgive my room. I got my dress on. I'm really excited about it because first and foremost, I can fit into it. Like, I can fit into my dress. I can fit into the dress and get it zipped up. Like, that was my goal from last year, to even be able to fit up in this dress. And I'm in it, and it fits good. I could go for some maybe shapewear to hold my stomach in, but whatever. I'll just suck. Yeah.
For next year for the Ferias.
Somebody else said that so they can be on theme.
Yeah, because the Feria makes everybody was dressed. You know, like here I see it's a mix with hot tourists too.
Yeah.
In my town, literally every woman was wearing. Anyway, you just share with me. You've been photographed. Video wall.
Video wall.
And a daughter. No, she's dating someone.
Oh my God, y'all. The Feria started out great. And then we went to this one place to sit down and have drinks. I had one apparel spritz, one. And I've had many apparel spritz after living in Italy. And that drink took me out the game. I don't know what they put in my drink. But I got up from the table, like I couldn't even hardly walk straight. Like I had to be really careful. I was tipsy. I was buzzing. I was buzzing hard. And I needed my friend's assistance to kind of like just lean on her a little bit to walk. Never in my life felt like, I'm like, what the hell happened? So we get to the restaurant where we had reservations that wasn't that far away. It was like maybe like a 10, 15-minute walk. We got to the restaurant. I said, okay, well, my plans for drinking anymore out the window. So I just had water. I had sparkling water. So I was like, okay, I feel, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling refreshed. So I was like, I'll probably feel even better once I get some food on my stomach. So, I started out with a salad and some bread and, I was feeling okay. And then I had my main course, which was some pesto pasta, super basic. Y'all. I ended up like having to just tell everybody, listen, I need to leave early. I'm sorry and I felt bad because I'm the one who hosted this event. And I was like, I am not feeling well. Like I need to go home now. I don't know. I don't feel good. So I get to I walk out of the restaurant, and I think I got maybe like 10 steps outside the restaurant and I was puking everywhere. I found like a little corner puking. Luckily, I didn't get my beautiful dress messed up, but it was a mess. My friends, they walked me to a taxi and oh my God. Yeah, it was horrible. But up until that point, I was having a good time, and I'm just sad that it got ruined by the alcoholic beverage because I had really wanted to just kind of like stay and party. But La Feria it's for the entire week. So there are many festivities, and I'm probably going to go to the Real. I'm not going to do the city center because honestly, to be honest with you, for the very first day of La Feria, I felt like it was kind of lame. It wasn't like last year. It just felt kind of lame. And I don't know if by the time we got there, it had wound down a lot, but it didn't seem as festive as it was last year. But anyways, I'm going to go to La Real where they have all the casetas, and the casetas are where they have different like little houses where they have music, and you can go inside and you can dance. It's like little tents with like a mini club, but different music in each one. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully that will be a lot more fun. And yeah, but anyways, it was just nice to get out of my house because like I've been telling you, I've been like trapped in my house, working, not really socializing as much as I normally do. So that was good. Anyways, I just wanted to catch you all up. Make sure, of course, to like this video, save this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to leave in the comments any kind of topics you would like me to cover on this channel, because I really want us to really engage with one another. I want us to really have this like where you feel a part of my journey, and I really want to connect with you. So anyways, y'all take care. I'm gonna rest. Bye.